Welcome to the module on components of digital library under the paper Digital Library. Digital library, as you are aware, is collection of systems and resources that are not available as an integrated package. Since they are not available as integrated package, various components of digital library have to be sourced from different marketplaces, and major components of digital library that we will discuss in this module would be the collection infrastructure that includes collection development, collection management, collection sourcing. The second component of digital library is digital knowledge organization that include metadata and its role in browse, search and navigation. The third component of digital library is access infrastructure that include search, browse and navigation interfaces. The fourth component of digital library is computer and network infrastructure that basically carries collections onto the network. Intellectual property right, DRM, that is digital rights management, are yet another component of digital library. Digital library services is the ultimate output of digital library, where the libraries, the digital collections available in library is reached out to the user in the form of RSS feed, in the form of document delivery services, in the form of Ask an Expert and other various digital library. Collection infrastructure. The most important component of digital library is the digital collection it holds or has access to. The collection infrastructure typically consists of two components, that is metadata and digital objects that a digital library holds. The metadata provides bibliographic or index information for the digital objects, while digital objects are the primary documents that users are interested to access. It is metadata that facilitates their identification, retrieval and location. Collection of a digital library, depending on the media type it contains, may include a combination of structured, unstructured text, numerical data, scanned images, graphics, audio and video recordings and other multimedia content. Collection of a digital library may consist of e-resources that are licensed or purchased on perpetual access basis from commercial publishers, scholarly societies, university presses, aggregators, as well as new enterprises offering new products and services that may not have its print equivalent. Collections in digital libraries may also consist of datasets that are born digital or existing printed documents converted into digital format through scanning, creating virtual libraries, libraries portals, or subject gateways are also considered important components of collection in a digital library. A digital library may host a variety of resources including electronic journals, electronic books, conference proceedings, online courseware, learning materials, tutorials, guides, manuals, patents, standards, electronic e-prints, technical reports, electronic theses and dissertations, online databases and databanks, dictionaries, encyclopedias, subject portals or pathfinders. Major publishers, besides offering their electronic journals, are now offering electronic books either directly through their websites or in partnership with other publishers or through aggregators like eBrary, NetLibrary, Questia and other digital libraries. Moreover, more than 32,000 books are available free of cost through the project Gutenberg. These electronic resources are available on variable pricing models. Electronic resources accessible on the web for free or for a fee are undeniably major and important constituent of a digital library. knowledge organization. Physical objects such as books, journals, video, microfilms and CD in a traditional library are organized into various collections such as textbooks, general books, reference books, rare books, journals, audiovisuals, etc. Each collection is further organized using classification schemes such as Dewey Decimal Classification, Universal Decimal Classification, Library of Congress Classification, etc. so as to bring documents on the same subject together and facilitate browsing documents on the shelves. Moreover, each book is catalogued and assigned subject headings using standard subject headings and thesaurus such as Library of Congress subject heading, medical subject headings, Sears subject heading, etc. so as to facilitate their retrieval using library or pack. While physical libraries are organized at physical level, that is books, journals, theses, reports, reference books, etc., digital libraries are organized at the object level. Digital objects in a digital library may include a combination of structured, unstructured text, numerical data, scanned images, graphics, articles in a journal, or chapters in a book and other multimedia objects. If disk full of digital objects without any organization, browse, search and navigation options would be completely useless and meaningless for a user. A digital library are built around web and internet technology. It uses object and addressing protocols of the internet. The process of organizing digital objects include assigning different kinds and levels of metadata to each digital object, assign unique object identifiers to each digital object, link digital objects with associated metadata to facilitate their browsing and searching, organizing digital objects and associated metadata into a database, and build, browse, search and navigation interfaces. Moreover, most digital libraries support full text search and use semantic web technologies that provide for linking of search terms and subject terms with thesaurus and standard vocabulary for effective browsing and searching. Access infrastructure, that is browse, search and navigation interfaces of a digital library. Users interact with the digital library using its search interface, which typically support browsing, searching and navigation. The search interface provides a visual window for users to search and browse relevant information stored in a digital resource and to display it. Most digital libraries support searching with varying degree of capabilities, ranging from simple search to advanced search. Besides search interface, a browsing interface is also necessary for a digital library to give a user a sense of the amount and variety of material and the attributes of these materials available in the digital library. Networking and computing infrastructure. A typical digital library consists of hardware and software components at server side as well as at client side. Clients are machines that are used for accessing digital library by users, while the server hosts databases, digital objects, browse and search interface, and navigation interfaces to facilitate its access. Computer hardware, software, and network infrastructure for a digital library can broadly be divided into the following 4 categories. Server-side hardware, server-side software components, client-side hardware, client-side software components. First, server-side hardware components including input devices, storage devices, communication devices, etc. Second, server-side software components including image capturing or scanning software, image enhancement and manipulation software, web servers, information retrieval software, optical character recognition software, database management software, and digital rights management, that is DRM. Third, client-side hardware, that is PCs, laptops, and mobile devices. And finally, client-side software components including Acrobat Reader, media players, word processing software, spreadsheet software, intellectual property right, and digital rights management. Copyright has been called the single most vexing barrier to digital library development. The current paper-based concept of copyright breaks down in the digital environment because the control of copies is lost. Digital objects are less fixed, easily copied, and remotely accessible by multiple users simultaneously. Copyrights and IPR issues are governed by the constitutions of various countries and through international treaties like the Berne Convention. Fair use is an exception to the copyright protection that permits limited use of copyrighted material without explicit permission of the owner for non-commercial and non-profit education purposes. Copyright is manifested in terms of licenses and agreements in digital world. Libraries are required to sign licenses to acquire access to digital collection. The terms of licenses for digital collection vary in terms of conditions, the variety of pricing models, access limitations, etc. Digital rights management and access control in digital library. Digital rights management is a system designed to prevent unauthorized access, duplication, and illegal distribution of copyrighted digital media. 4 distinct aspects of access management are license agreements and policies, user authentication and authorization, accuracy and integrity of digital content, and accessibility including permissions to operate on digital object or its metadata. License agreements and policies for providing access to digital libraries are negotiated between the publishers and librarians, information managers, or consortium coordinators. User authentication. A combination of one or more of the authentication mechanisms are deployed by the publisher for allowing access to digital content to the authorized users hosted in digital libraries. These authentication mechanisms are login ID and passwords based access, IP filtering, web cookies, web proxy, Athens, and shibboleth. User authorization. While the process of authentication ascertains the identity of a user, authorization defines his or her permissions in terms of access to e-resources and extent of its usage. Authorization is granted to the successfully authenticated users according to his/her rights information available in the access management system. Access control policies include mandatory access control, discretionary access control, role-based access control, and content-dependent access control. Technology of access control and access tracking in digital library. A number of copy protection and access control technologies have been devised that would Digital library services. An effective digital library service is not made up of only technology and digital sources. Instead, digital resources and associated technical infrastructure is only a means to generate services for its potential users in mind. Like printed resources are used in traditional libraries to generate services by the library staff, the digital resources are used to generate services using software-driven web-based interfaces. Computer programs substitute for the intellectually demanding tasks that are traditionally carried out by the skilled library professionals. Web-based digital resources can potentially support a range of traditional and non-traditional library services. Some of the important digital library services include email alerts, include table of contents, that is TOC alerts, new issue alerts, citation alerts, publication alerts, online first, database alerts, reference work alerts, search alerts, and favorite journal list. Web feed including RSS feed or Atom, Ask an Expert, electronic document delivery services, web-based user education, digital reference service, real-time digital reference service, and My Settings, My Save Search, and My Save Alerts are some of the examples of web-based digital library services.